Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Halo semuanya, kembali lagi di Nugget Nongkrong Gabut. Nah, pemirsa semuanya, kembali lagi bersama saya Khairi Ramadhani, dan di hari ini merupakan episode yang sangat-sangat spesial. Yang mana di episode kali ini saya ditemani sama host yang sangat luar biasa, Cleo.
Halo semuanya, aku Cleo. Hari ini aku juga sebagai host menemani Khairi. Dan Khairi juga udah spill kemarin, dia bilang today is special episode. Kenapa? Karena we also have a special guest star. We are going to talk about motivation, inspiration and journey. And who is our guest?
Okay.
Yes.
Ya, syukran Len
Ibrahim.
Hi everyone.
Ibrahim.
Hi everybody.
Welcome to our podcast. Thank you for being here with us today. And how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Oke, mungkin sebelumnya teman-teman, mungkin kita ucapkan syukran Len Dima Maki illa podcast Nugget Universitas Muhammadiyah Sumatera Barat Ibrahim. Nah, jadi teman-teman, mungkin sebelum kita masuk lebih dalam, mungkin saya lebih bagusnya tempat duduk dulu nih sama Ibrahim.
Oh iya,
agar lebih enak ya.
Bagusnya tuh di
Iya,
tengah.
bagusnya di tengah ya.
Karena
Kan.
dia sekarang
Oke.
pusat semesta ya teman-teman. Oke,
Change
Okay.
position Ibrahim. Sorry Ibrahim.
No worries.
Okay, Ibrahim,
Yeah, miss.
are you ready?
Sure, miss.
So, Ibrahim, I have a few questions for you today, but before that, I want you to introduce yourself. Maybe even though everyone in campus know you, but maybe our viewers or Nugget viewers don't know you yet.
Yeah.
And so, please introduce yourself.
Hi everyone. I am Ibrahim Garba from Nigeria. I'm international student from University of Muhammadiyah West Sumatra from Department of Electrical Engineering, Faculty of Engineering.
Nah nih Kle, tadi kan kita udah tahu kalau Ibrahim merupakan mahasiswa internasional Universitas Muhammadiyah Sumatera Barat yang berasal dari Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Iya. Nah Kle, coba nih Kle, kita minta pada teman kita Ibrahim memperkenalkan dirinya menggunakan bahasa dari negara asalnya, yakni bahasa Nigeria.
Kita minta Ibrahim
Iya.
menggunakan bahasa Nigeria.
Iya.
You're from Nigeria,
Sure.
and which means you have your own language there, right?
Of course.
Can you introduce yourself with your local language?
Yeah, sure. So before I introduce myself, I will briefly tell you about my country.
Okay, your country.
Nigeria is located in Western African coast,
Okay.
which is have about 250 languages. So the official language is English language,
English.
even though we have so many local languages.
Okay.
So I will use the common one, which is Hausa, to introduce myself. Okay, everyone. Sunana Ibrahim Garba. Ni ɗalibi ne daga Jami'ar Muhammadiyya da ke nan a yammacin Sumatra. Ina karatu a faculty na kimiyya da fasaha na engineering a department na harkar wutar lantarki. Hi everyone.
MashaAllah, your local language similar to Arabic.
Yeah, it's a
Don't tell
little
me
bit.
you can speak Arabic too.
Of course I do speak
Really?
Arabic a little bit.
Okay.
Khairi juga
Okay.
bisa bahasa
Nice.
Arab.
Oke, mungkin kita minta juga ya perkenalan menggunakan bahasa Arab. Yurja al-taif an-nafsi bil-lughal al-arabiyyati Ibrahim.
أهلا وسهلا بكم أيضا. اسمي إبراهيم غربة من ولاية النيجيري. أنا طالب في جامعة المحمدية الغربية في إندونيسيا. سأقول لكم أهلا وسهلا بكم أجمعين.
Ahlan wa sahlan
Ahlan
bikum.
wa sahlan.
Oke, tepuk tangan untuk Ibrahim dulu.
Tapi ada satu lagi, karena Ibrahim udah lama di Indonesia dan kabar-kabarnya dia juga bisa bahasa Indonesia. Mungkin kita minta juga Ibrahim introduce yourself with Indonesia.
In Indonesia?
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course, why not?
Yeah, okay.
Almost I was here.
And last with Minangkabau.
Oh iya.
Oke.
Oke, baik. Selamat siang semuanya. Hai. Nama saya Ibrahim Garba. Saya dari Nigeria. Saya mahasiswa asing di Universitas Muhammadiyah Sumatera Barat di Fakultas Teknik Elektro.
Hello.
Halo.
That's good, Ibrahim. And with Minangkabau. Can you?
Minangkabau.
Yes.
Okay. Of course, I will give it a try, yeah?
Okay.
Because
Let's try.
I was here almost 2 years, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Halo teman-teman. Nama awak Ibrahim. Awak orang Nigeria.
Yeah.
Iya.
Baraja di Universitas Muhammadiyah Sumatera Barat di Teknik Elektro.
Oke.
Fakultas Teknik Baraja di Universitas Muhammadiyah Sumatera
Pade
Barat.
barajanya ya, Kak
Fakultas
ya.
Teknik Baraja.
Oke, mungkin tepuk tangan lagi untuk Ibrahim. 5 bahasa yang dikuasai Ibrahim.
English, Arab,
Nigeria,
apa tadi?
Indonesia,
dan
and Minang.
Tepuk tangan lagi
Tepuk
guys.
tangan
Hari
lagi untuk
ini
Ibrahim.
kita mau nanya banyak hal ke Ibrahim.
Oke.
It's okay, go ahead.
Mungkin sesuai dengan tema kita ya, Kak
Iya.
ya, pada hari ini. Mungkin kita akan membahas nih bagaimana perjalanan Ibrahim
Ya,
dalam
sampai ke UM Sumber.
Iya, apalagi dengan ekspektasi dan realita yang Ibrahim bawa dari Nigeria ke
Are you ready?
Indonesia.
Yeah, sure, I'm ready.
Okay. First question, but don't be nervous, okay? Just a friendly conversation.
Okay. No worries at all.
Okay, first question for you. Before coming to Indonesia, what were the first thing that came to your mind when you heard the word Indonesia? And how different was reality from your expectation?
Well, for the first time that I heard about Indonesian, I thought that is it even a country?
Okay.
For the first time, yeah. And then I come across that by watching films, movies, and it come to my mind that let me search about this country. Then I saw that, yeah, I saw that it is between Malaysia, what do you call it, Brunei, and
Singapore, maybe?
Singapore. So I see that it is like a Southeast Asia, yeah.
Okay.
It is located in Southeast Asia. So I feel that I have a dream to be one among this country, to visit one day.
Okay.
And yeah, one day I was like scrolling social media. I come across that there are so many bunch of scholarship from Indonesian government. So I try one. Luckily, I got selected to be in Indonesia. And for the first time I come to Indonesia, I am really, really shocked.
Okay, sure. What?
Because saya pikir Indonesia itu seperti Arab ya, karena itu nomor 1 di dunia itu. So after I arrived in Indonesia and I saw that, oh my God, this country is dynamic. It has everyone. Some look like Arab, some China, some Japanese.
Oh, yeah.
So many in Indonesia. So it is diverse country. So I was really shocked to find that.
Jadi Ibrahim udah cerita soal Indonesia. Jadi sebelum dia kesini dia udah research gitu tentang Indonesia. Jadi awalnya Ibrahim itu menyangka kalau Indonesia itu
sama
seperti Saudi Arabia yang
mayoritas
Muslim. Tapi
Islam
Indonesia
semuanya.
sebenarnya juga mayoritas Islam. Tapi Indonesia itu emang terkenal dengan banyak sekali budaya, suku, tradisi, dan local language juga banyak.
Sure, that what make it so diverse. Because in here, like in West Sumatra, you have your own local language. And if I move to like a Riau or Jambi or Jawa, they have such a different languages.
Yes.
So that what make Indonesia
so many local language
diverse.
in Indonesia.
Yeah. So many.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Ibrahim.
You're welcome.
Question number 2. There are so many countries in the world. There are so many countries and there are so many universities. Okay. What made you choose Indonesia and specifically Muhammadiyah University of West Sumatra?
Okay. Well, I can say that I find a lot of opportunity to study in abroad But what made me so excited was that I visit Indonesian community in Nigeria. I saw the way they did their life, and it made me so excited. And secondly, I was awarded with Indonesian scholarship, which is 100% scholarship to study in Indonesia, to study about Indonesian culture and their language. So this thing make me so excited to come to Indonesia. Not just because there are not no more scholarship in other countries, but because I was so excited with the culture that I see within the community of Indonesian people in Nigeria. That's what I can say so far.
Oke. Jadi Ibrahim bilang di Indonesia itu banyak sekali scholarship.
Iya.
Oke. Jadi termasuk di Universitas Muhammadiyah Sumatera
Sumatera
Barat itu
Barat.
sendiri. Ya kan. Dan ya lanjut ke pertanyaan keempat ya. Can you share about your scholarship journey? Ya kan,
Nah.
Hairi, kita juga penasaran kan?
Iya betul Kle, karena kita penasaran kan gimana sih tantangan dalam perjalanan Ibrahim
Motivasi dia
serta
juga.
motivasi Ibrahim juga sehingga mendapatkan beasiswa untuk bisa kuliah di Universitas Muhammadiyah Sumatera Barat.
Okay, baiklah. What I can say is that since the time that I was a kid, I have a dream to be like a top engineer within my community. Yeah? And so it comes to my mind that after I saw a lot of people, successful people that go to abroad, so they go through like a study in abroad. So I realized that to go to abroad is not easy for me just as a normal person. I have to go through looking for opportunities and so on. After I keep looking for the scholarship, I come to Indonesia for the duration of 10 months.
10 months.
Yeah, learning about Indonesian culture and language. So beside that, after my program has finished, I join again looking for another scholarship in order to achieve my dream, because I used the opportunity to come to Indonesia. So to me, it is like a first step of my journey. After I arrive in Indonesia, I finish the program, I keep looking for the other opportunities. I apply so many universities di Indonesia. Saya pendaftar beberapa beasiswa di Indonesia, di luar Indonesia juga. So I get accepted in different countries. I also get scholarship in Bahrain.
Bahrain.
Yeah, but the scholarship was 70%.
70%.
70%.
In Bahrain.
Yeah. So I cannot cover it to pay for my visa, my flight, and the rest of them. And secondly, I got a scholarship in Malaysia also. It is also 80%.
80.
Yeah,
80%.
it did not include my visa and tempat tinggal saya juga. So I used the opportunity, like Indonesian scholarship has like a fully funded scholarship. Within Indonesia, I get almost like a, so I get it also 70%, and I get scholarship in Universitas. Yeah, but it does not include my visa. Why I choose UM Sumber beside all of this scholarship is that the UM Sumber scholarship was fully funded. Uang kuliah, visa, tempat tinggal, and other process, it is all covered by university. So it made me so excited, and the diversity that I saw before during my program made me so excited. I have opportunity to visit a lot of Indonesian province, but the place that I am so comfortable was West Sumatra.
Jadi luar biasa ya, Kle.
Ya, jadi Ibrahim udah ceritain banyak sekali beasiswa yang dia dapatkan. Di antaranya ada di Bahrain juga tadi, Malaysia. Kalau di Bahrain dia dapat 70%. Kalau di Malaysia itu 80%. Terus dia, Ibrahim juga ceritain dia cari peluang, banyak peluang sebenarnya di Indonesia. Dan dia keterima di banyak tempat juga, ada di UNESA, UMM, luar biasa sekali teman-teman. Tapi di sana dia juga lihat dari research mana sih yang benar-benar meng-include semuanya gitu loh. Kalau di beberapa tempat tadi tuh ada yang cuma uang kuliah, tidak
Iya.
visa dan tidak ada tempat tinggal, dan ada yang yang tadi Ibrahim bilang visa iya tapi uang kuliah iya tapi visa tidak.
Iya.
Tapi di UM Sumber itu visa, uang kuliah, dan
Tempat tinggal juga.
Dan visa itu diurusin oleh pihak universitas. Nah, that's why Ibrahim memilih UM Sumber karena emang benar-benar banyak sekali manfaat yang bisa kita dapatkan ketika kita kuliah di UM Sumber.
Nah, jadi sangat luar biasa ya kalau kita lihat Universitas Muhammadiyah Sumatera Barat. Emang benar kita kenal Universitas Muhammadiyah Sumatera Barat merupakan kampus sejuta beasiswa, yang mana banyak beasiswa yang ditawarkan bagi mahasiswa-mahasiswa yang kuliah di Universitas Muhammadiyah Sumatera Barat. Nah, kita lanjut ke pertanyaan atau question number 5, Ibrahim. Okay, how has your academic experience been at Universitas Muhammadiyah Sumatera Barat, Ibrahim?
Alright, being a student in UM Sumber is quite like more relaxed than my country. Yeah, because the academic background that I get here is everything was digitalized. In UM Sumber, or specifically in Indonesia, everything was digitalized. Okay, and there are a lot of e-libraries in the campus also provide that free for the student to study online, and it's quite fascinating, making a student not to be afraid for learning. That was very meaningful experience for me.
Jadi Ibrahim bilang kalau dia di UM Sumber itu jadi sedikit lebih rileks. Kenapa? Karena di sini tuh udah serba canggih dan serba digital. Ketika misalnya dosennya tidak bisa hadir, ya kan Hairi, bisa via online dan absennya pun via online. Kalau sekarang kita tuh absen di Adlink ya.
Di Adlink kita sekarang. Bahkan mungkin sedikit informasi ya, Clay. Aku juga ada satu kelas sama Ibrahim di mata kuliah Al-Islam Kemuhammadiyahan. Nah, kebetulan aku juga satu kelompok sama dia. Jadi kemarin tuh kami ada tugas makalah kan, dia langsung ngechat. Dia kalau soal tugas luar biasa, Clay. Dia tuh excitednya luar biasa banget, serius. Jadi padahal bukan dia yang ketua kelompok, tapi dia yang ngumpulin orang semuanya di kelompok itu, Clay. Jadi emang luar biasa lah.
You're very excited for your assignment?
Of course.
Iya, dia semangat banget. Kalau kita kan malas ya, teman-teman. Dia semangat, contohlah Ibrahim ya teman-teman, semangat dengan tugas, tidak malas-malasan dan tidak scrolling every time, oke?
Iya, jangan tunda-tunda tugas sampai deadline-nya.
Bahkan Ibrahim pernah kemarin cerita kalau dia itu punya ditentuin screen time-nya ya kan?
Iya.
Ya, dia bisa main HP itu bisa cuma 2 jam ya kan?
Ya, of course.
Gitu. Coba kalian biasain seperti itu ya. Tinggalkan sosmed yang buat kita pusing.
Nah, oke, selanjutnya mungkin kita langsung aja ke question number 6. How would you describe your interaction with Indonesian students? Have you built any meaningful friendship and memorable experience on campus?
Well, my a friendship with the student, it's like it become to me, it's like a family. Almost everybody is my friend in the campus. So I'm not just become like a popular, but family among the family members. I take the Indonesian culture like a hello bang. So everyone become my yeah.
You're
so
very famous.
Not just famous. To me, it's like a family. To me, it's like a family. Because if someone call you brother or sister, so it's like you are among the family. So that really become meaningful for me. And before, in my country, whoever you are, I don't care with you.
Nggak peduli ya.
Nggak peduli aja ya.
Halo bang, nggak ada itu.
So I have that kind of habit after I arrived in Indonesia because of the hospitality. Incline my personality. Try to change, try to become like everybody else, so that just like that, to be social.
Are you happy in Indonesia?
Of course, I'm happy in Indonesia.
Apalagi ya, Clay ya. Ini ada sedikit lagi nih, Clay. Ibrahim nih juga sering duduk di kedai nih, Clay.
Kedai Pusako.
Iya, kedai Pusako.
You know?
Yeah, of course.
Iya. minuman favoritnya
Apa? Kopi.
kopi susu.
Sudah jadi orang Indo ya.
Orang Indonesia.
Iya. Tapi yang belum jadi orang Indonesianya dia belum suka pedas.
Oh iya.
Ah,
Makanan yang spicy ya.
Iya.
You know, spicy is one of my, I can say, my enemy, I can say, in Indonesia. Yeah, of course, because it make me sick. Whenever I try to take it, I try to adapt the culture of eating spicy, yeah. But I
Tapi
can't.
tetap nggak bisa.
Kita nggak bisa.
Ibrahim nggak bisa. Jadi makanan pedas tuh adalah lawan dia, rival dia guys.
Yeah.
Jadi Ibrahim bilang tadi gimana sih interaksi dia sama teman-teman di kampus UM Sumber. Dia ngerasa semuanya seperti keluarga karena everyone tuh selalu bilang kayak setiap orang ketemu dia tuh selalu kayak halo Ibrahim, halo brother, halo bang, halo
Iya.
kak gitu. Dia merasa kayak seperti keluarga. Satu lagi dia super famous di kampus kita ya kan kayak
Iya.
Ibrahim from Nigeria, halo Ibrahim from Nigeria, halo Ibrahim.
Karena dia emang mahasiswa internasional pertama di Universitas
Iya,
Muhammadiyah
nah,
Sumatera
mungkin
Barat.
semoga setelah ini ada lagi nih
Ada
mahasiswa
lagi
internasional
setelah
lainnya
ini.
yang mau kesini
Iya.
setelah podcast kita. Ibrahim
Iya.
tadi juga bilang dia ngerasa di sini tuh emang ramah-ramah.
Ramah-ramah.
Ya,
Emang ketemu lah.
seperti negara Indonesia
Iya.
pada umumnya yang terkenal dengan
Keramahannya.
keramah-tamahannya orang Indonesia.
Ya ketemulah sama Ibrahim apa kata orang di luar sana kan kalau orang Indonesia itu ramah-ramah gitu. Ya kan Ibrahim?
They are so kind.
Iya, oke. Question number 7. Nah,
Maybe it's not question, but your message. If a student want study abroad and he afraid to start, and what will you say?
If someone want to study in abroad, what message will I send to
Yes.
him? Okay, so the thing is that whoever want to become an international student to study in abroad,
Student from your country or
Yeah,
another
or
country,
any
okay?
other
Yeah.
country, the key point is that number one, to believe in yourself.
Believe yourself.
You must to believe that saya bisa itu.
Believe yourself.
Yeah,
I can do that.
yeah, I can do that. Even if it is me alone, I can do that. You have to say that. You have to be like brave to yourself. I'm a lion. I can go anywhere. Yeah, of course ya. Saya seperti singa ya. Saya
Singa.
merasa saya singa. Saya bisa
Singa.
sendiri ya.
Singa.
Itu you must to feel that.
Yeah.
I can do it, and you have to be patient also. There are a lot of challenges for the journey. There are a lot of challenges.
Nah, teman-teman, jadi Ibrahim itu punya pemikiran atau mindset kalau saya itu harus bisa. Saya di sini sendiri, saya di sini mandiri, saya layaknya singa di sini. Jadi saya harus bisa ya Ibrahim ya.
Yeah, of course.
Jadi apapun tantangannya ya saya harus bisa. Karena di sini yang memperjuangkan diri saya sendiri hanya diri saya sendiri ya. Ya Ibrahim?
Yeah,
Iya.
of course.
Ya, Ibrahim
Iya,
bilang
There.
intinya believe yourself guys.
Iya.
Dan ketika kita pasang mindset di kepala kita bahwa kita percaya kita bisa, pasti kita bisa melakukannya.
Iya.
Tapi kalau kita udah kasih mindset di pikiran kita, di kepala kita, aku nggak bisa, I can do that gitu. Pasti
Iya.
kalian I can do that. Pasti kalian nggak akan bisa nih melakukan itu.
Iya.
Udah gagal sebelum mencoba.
Yang ujung-ujungnya jadinya stuck. Stuck
Yes,
jadinya. Iya.
Jadi Ibrahim bilang believe yourself and dia berani dan ya percaya sama diri kamu sendiri.
Oke. Mungkin
Kita tadi
jadi
diam-diam aja.
jadinya ya.
Jadi mikir
Iya.
oh ini cerita Ibrahim.
Ini cerita
gitu.
Ibrahim,
Karena kita
ya.
sebelumnya juga belum pernah juga
Iya.
cerita dalam ini
Sedalam ini sama
di
Ibrahim.
podcast. Iya kan?
Mungkin aku tahunya cuma Ibrahim mahasiswa internasional dia
Dari Nigeria.
Iya.
Belum tahu nih soal
Ah.
perjalanan dia sampai ke
Ah.
sini, terus gimana scholarship-nya, dia dapatkan scholarship tuh gimana gitu kan.
Nah, jadi teman-teman, sebelum kita lanjut, jadi kita ada satu game ya setelah ini. Jadi sebelum kita main game, mungkin haus juga ya. Mari kita minum dulu kayaknya
Oh,
nih
iya.
ya. Silakan Ibrahim, minum dulu Ibrahim.
Cleo.
Ya.
Wih, aku sebut brand. Same with my name. Oke guys, seperti yang Hairi bilang tadi, jadi kita akan seru-seruan di akhir section ini. Jadi ini sebenarnya adalah, jadi aku tuh mau tanya pertanyaan cepat gitu dan Ibrahim harus jawab cepat. So Ibrahim, I will ask you with quick question and please answer quickly, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready? Okay. Really?
Yeah, of course.
Rendang or sate padang?
Rendang.
Okay.
Can you say one word or one short sentence in bahasa Indonesia?
In bahasa Indonesia.
Yes. Don't thinking.
No thinking,
Yes.
ya?
Yes.
No thinking, ya?
Answer
Okay.
quickly.
Tentu saja.
Tentu saja.
Of course.
Of
Just
course.
simple. Okay. Have you learned any Minangkabau word? Can you say your favorite one?
Onde-mande.
Onde-mande.
Okay, next.
What's your favorite place in
West
West Sumatra so far?
Of course, I can say, I would like to say Jam Gadang.
Jam
Jam
gadang.
gadang.
Masya
Oh,
Allah,
Masya Allah.
jam gadang.
Jangan-jangan sering duduk di jam gadang nih, Clay.
Next, last question, not last. If you could take one thing from Minangkabau culture back to your country, what would it be?
Makan bersama.
Makan basamo.
Pernah
Lagi-
kalian makan basamo?
Okay, next question, Ibrahim. Describe the people of West Sumatra in just one word.
Orang baik itu.
Orang baik.
Tuh.
Bersyukur banget jadi
Baik.
orang Sumatera Barat.
Okay, let's describe University of Muhammadiyah with one word.
With one word. Inspiring.
Inspiring. Oke guys, itu seru-seruan kita hari ini. Jadi Ibrahim sudah jawab beberapa pertanyaan meskipun kurang cepat ya Ibrahim.
Iya.
Tapi it's okay guys. Jadi ya thank you so much Ibrahim for your sharing about your story, about your journey and anything. Thank you so much.
You're highly welcome.
Nah, jadi teman-teman,
Mhm.
mungkin Ibrahim ini merupakan mahasiswa internasional pertama di Universitas Muhammadiyah Sumatera Barat. Nah, jadi bagi teman-teman, sedikit informasi untuk teman-teman semuanya. Bagi teman-teman yang baru lulus sekolah atau yang sempat putus sekolah, putus kuliah, atau lagi bekerja, jadi di Universitas Muhammadiyah Sumatera Barat masih membuka penerimaan mahasiswa baru. Nah, juga ada jalur RPL yang mana teman-teman yang sudah kuliah sebelumnya tapi tidak selesai bisa transfer SKS melalui jalur RPL. Dan tidak hanya itu, teman-teman yang sudah kerja juga bisa masuk ke jalur RPL karena sertifikat teman-teman yang teman-teman dapatkan saat bekerja itu juga akan ditransfer jadi SKS. Nah, tidak hanya itu, banyak beasiswa lain yang menunggu teman-teman, mulai dari beasiswa Duafa, beasiswa Kader Muhammadiyah, beasiswa KIP, bahkan beasiswa mahasiswa internasional. Yuk, buruan sekarang daftar ke Universitas Muhammadiyah Sumatera Barat.
Iya, seperti yang sudah Hairi jelaskan, banyak sekali beasiswa di UM Sumatera Barat. Tidak hanya untuk kita yang ada di Indonesia, tapi juga untuk international students.
Ya.
So guys, thank you so much sudah menonton episode kali ini. Dan untuk mungkin kita baca jargon kita.
Iya, jargon
ya.
kita. Nanti ketika aku bilang no gap,
Oke.
jawab, kamu bilang nongkrong gabut.
Alright, got
Oke,
you.
alright.
Get it.
Oke.
Oke, untuk teman-teman semuanya, sampai jumpa lagi di No Gap Nongkrong Gabut.
Ulang. Ibrahim tidak bersemangat. Guys, kita ulang ya.
Ya, nongkrong
I
gabut.
say
Okay.
no gap and we say nongkrong gabut, oke?
Okay, got you.
Oke, teman-teman semuanya, terima kasih udah nonton No Gap. Sampai ketemu di episode selanjutnya. Sampai jumpa di No Gap
Nongkrong Gabut.